A very good morning, all of you. Welcome to Super Coaching by Textbook. And you all know me now. This is Venkatesh, your faculty for geography. And in this session, we'll be discussing about a very interesting topic, the natural beauty of mountain passes and their significance. As the picture says, you can see there are a range of mountains. You can see there is a road and there is a truck which is traveling here across the road. So what are mountain passes? You all know the significance of mountain passes as you have studied about the history of India, how geography had a role to play in the history of India, right? For example, you have seen that India has always been invaded across the coast of, or rather, I would say that across the mountains of Hindu Kush mountains on the northwest frontier, coming from the Iranian region and all, not from the eastern side, because of the dimensions of big mighty mountains of Himalayas, the greater Himalayas, especially the greater Himalayas. So you have seen that mountains have shaped the relationship. You have seen the mountains have shaped the relationships of trade between India and China. For example, the moment when I say mountain pass, what are the prominent mountain passes you will try to remember? One such popular mountain pass is about the Nathulla Pass, where it is in Sikkim, where you will trade, say from India to China. There was significant trade in the past. So you have seen that there is a passes are a significant centers of cultural exchange. So you'll see people moving from one side to border because these are the gateways, especially when you see a big mountains like Greater Himalayas. You all remember in the Himalayas, mountain passes, the Greater Himalayan ranges, which is the loftiest mountain range, the Greater Himalayas. If you see the Greater Himalayas, it is a continuous stretch of mountains extending all the way from the east to the west, almost from the what do you say, along the syntaxial beds of Himalayas, almost from Pakistan province, okay, towards the Arunachal Pradesh region, cutting across India and then into Nepal, China, Bhutan, and then into the Arunachal Pradesh. If you have seen this, it is a continuous stretch of big mountain acting like a big wall. You know the gigantic height, isn't it? What is the height? At least around 8,000. The 8,000 meters is the extreme height with an average of at least around 6,000 meters. Keeping such height into consideration, mountain passes becomes very, very important. One thing I would like to tell you, these are the nature's hidden gateways. Definitely yes, mountain passes, but they have a huge role to play. Then how do you introduce a mountain pass? What do you mean by that? Anyone? What do you mean by mountain pass? These are nothing but, I would say, a very simple way. These are the natural pathways across a mountain. A mountain pass is nothing but natural pathways across the mountain range connecting one side of the mountain with the other side. That is the better thing. So this is a simple definition. Then how do they have a role to play? How do they have a role to play in terms of affecting life on us? For example, when you talk about mountain passes, many of you talk about mountain passes only about the Himalayas, but it is not just the Himalayas. You also find that mountain passes are also found in different parts of India across the big or the continuous Western Ghat range across the peninsular India as well. So if you have seen this, you all might have seen the Western Ghats. Okay, so you have seen that. You all might have seen the Western Ghats. So you have seen the Western Ghats having a continuous range. So let me draw this. So extending from Gujarat to Kanyakumari, you have a continuous range from Western Ghats, but they also have some kind of a pathways, some kind of, some kind of opportunity. For example, across the mountain ranges, as you can see, there is a gap here. Okay. You can see here, there is a gap. This is an important mountain pass in the region of Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and then you have another important mountain passes here. Now, what is the significance of these passes? How do you write about this significance? I will give you the names of this. For example, UPSC frequently asks such kind of names. This is Palghat Gap or Palghat Gap, right? Then you can see this is the Borghat Gap, and this is the Thalghat Gap. Now, what is the significance? See, these are the same things I am mentioning here. Palghat, Borghat here, and Thalghat here, right? See, what is the significance? Any one of you, can you talk about the significance of mountains, especially the significance of mountain passes? When you talk about mind mapping, the mind mapping of the Himalayas, the mind mapping of geographical concepts, see, many of you do only certain kind of things. Everyone will talk about connectivity, trade, everyone will talk about say cultural exchange. See, the common points are where 90% of the people will write is about the connectivity, is about the trade, it is about the cultural exchange, isn't it? Everyone will write, but you will not get marks only for that. You will get some kind of additional points where many of you usually ignore, right? So, keeping that into consideration, I am giving you a very important point, Palghat Gap. For example, Palghat Gap, monsoons. Through the Palghat Gap, you will see that the southwest monsoons, you have the mighty southwest monsoons, the wind systems enter India via these gaps, via these mountain passes. So, monsoons, southwest monsoons enter India via these mountain parts. The first significance I have discussed is the climate. Okay. So, they have a huge role to play in terms of distribution of the southwest branch of the monsoons coming from the Arabian Sea into various parts of India. So, this is the climatic significance. And you know, there is, I think now you all know the traditional thing. For example, because this is a very big mountain range, you all might have seen in popular reels where you have seen the beautiful natural landscape of India. One such landscape where everyone is worried about is where you will be fascinated by it is about the beautiful landscape of Western Ghats across the mountains, the Konkan railways. So, Konkan railways are constructed on this mountain range very near to it, but the passes which you have, they are the ones which are facilitating the regions of hinterland of the Deccan Plateau. If you see, this is the Deccan Plateau, right? You can see a big city here like Pune, and here you will find a big city, the coastal region of Mumbai. So, if you see about the rail route, okay, you can see the rail route from Pune to Mumbai is moving across the gap called Borghat Gap. Similarly, across Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and towards Kerala, the coastal city of Cochin is connected with the Deccan Plateau through this mountain pass. So, you will see that the second important thing is trade. See, while you are drawing maps, now you can draw this innovative map here as well. What did I have drawn? I am showing in the picture talking about the connectivity with the railway line. And you can see the Deccan Plateau. This is the opportunity of agriculture exports. If you see that one of the popular product which is being produced here, you can say groundnut. Groundnut is one. You can see millets. You can see even say, you see 2023 happens to be International Year of Millets. So, there will be certain people who will be trading millets from India towards the other part. So, agriculture exports of millets is facilitated by this trade, agriculture, that you can talk, isn't it? So, culture, what is trade? Connectivity, it is about agriculture, it is about the minerals. Then, you can also tell about how the crude oil which we are importing from different parts of the world is being transported towards Deccan Plateau from this. So one export, one import, you can give these examples. These are the points you have to write, supported by beautiful diagrams. Similarly, the Thalghat Gap connects Nashik with respect to Mumbai. Nashik with Mumbai. So you have Pune, you have the regions of Tamil Nadu, the Bengaluru region connected with the Arabian Sea via these mountain passes. This is what you need to write for sure with innovative things. Moving forward, for example, whenever I am talking about the mountain passes, okay, see, the key thing I would like to tell you is now what did you write? You have supported your answer with respect to one, climatic significance, climate. You have supported with another significance like, just now you have spoken about the connectivity, and connectivity will provide you two opportunities, isn't it? It is trade, it is the goods and services, the goods, where I have given the example of agriculture, and I also given an example of, say, minerals, or for example crude oil. I have spoken about that, import and export. And you can also talk about the cultural exchange of people, called cultural exchange. Now, if you can say about the cultural exchange happening between India and China is across the mountain passes, you can tell about that. If you talk about the cultural exchange between India and Myanmar, Dipu Pass, you can talk about that, the significance of mountain passes. And not just that, when you talk about this, is the topic ending now? For many of you, it will end with this topic. They will talk about trade, the cultural exchange, the goods being exchanged, the people to people exchanges, contacts, acting as the centers of, border strategic areas. Okay. You can talk about the border connectivity and strategic areas. This is one such significance. Okay. But what more you need to write? You need to write more, my dear friends. You need to write much more important points. Say one more point I am trying to tell you is about this. This is the pathway of rivers, pathway for water resources. Water. For example, you all know River Sutlej enters India through Shipkila mountain pass. Sutlej and Shipkila. Through Shipkila mountain pass, River Sutlej enters India. So, can I say that these mountain passes are facilitating the movement of water resources from one region to another? Definitely, yes. You all know that Shipkila mountain pass is the one which is where Sutlej river enters. But are you connecting the mountain pass significance with respect to movement of water, rivers? This is the key thing. This is what you need to write. This is where you will be specialized. This is where you will be getting differentiated from others. Not just that. When you write about this, you can also talk about the vegetation, the natural vegetation. These will be the corridors of natural vegetation, and they will also be the connectivity of wildlife corridors. So you can see mountain passes can also be even wildlife corridor where animal life will be better diversified, will be moving across the mountain passes. Even for the animals, it would be difficult, isn't it, to climb across the mountain and come down. So they also use the mountain passes for migrations. So you can talk about that. Now this is the nature's hidden gateway. What do you mean by nature's hidden gateway? The wildlife corridor. I can talk about that. I can talk about the beauty of the mountains through which you can travel, the snow-capped things. So this is what you need to write. When they ask you a very simple question like what is the significance of mountain passes, you will forget about some of the points which I have discussed. This is where geographical brainstorming, mind mapping is very, very important. Dividing the topic into subtopics understanding the linkages, cross linkages with respect to other topics and also cross linkages with other subjects. This is very, very crucial. This is the crux of geography. In fact, one of my fascination with geography is this, because it has cross connectivity, cross exchange with multiple subjects. This is the beauty of geography, isn't it? Right? Cross connectivity of the subject. You see, then whenever you are writing substantiate, many of you don't substantiate. You identify, you will not give examples. For everything, give examples. For example, climate, give about the significance with respect to the monsoonal southwest monsoons entering India via Palakkad Gap. Connectivity, talk about the trade, say Deccan Plateau with respect to the coastal region, or also talk about the trade with respect to the Himalayan states. Okay, cultural exchange, people to people, that you can also talk, say with the Deccan Plateau as well as even that. Then border connectivity and strategic areas, you give examples. Say for example, one border connectivity, you remember Dipu Pass. It's a tri-junctions of India, China and Myanmar, Dipu Pass. So border connectivity and strategic one, you can see this Dipu Pass. Similarly, Lipu Lake, cultural exchange. When you talk about cultural exchange, opportunity of people, you can talk about the Lipu Lake, which is at India, Nepal, China border in Uttarakhand, where the famous Manasarovar pilgrims enter or cross India and enter into the Tibet and reach the Kailash range through the Lipu Lake Pass. Cultural, this is what you need to connect. Rivers, Shipkila, that is how you write about this. Then you are supporting factors. See, are mountain passes crucial for only wildlife corridors? No, no. You all know the prioritization. What is the priority? Priority, you can talk about connectivity. Priority, you can talk about trade. Priority, you can talk about cultural exchange. Then I am giving you the next best prioritization. For certain regions, priority will become rivers. For certain regions, priority will become border connectivity, strategic areas, all such kind of things. This is where you have to write an answer. See the points? So where I have diversified the points for you. See where I have diversified the points from climate to water resources to even natural vegetation. Okay, this is what is called as mind mapping, isn't it? The mind mapping. This is the brainstorming of geography. For example, when I talk about brainstorming and also mind mapping, these are very, very, very key things, my dear friends. You should not be ignoring these things at all. Okay, so brainstorming and mind mapping. When you brainstorm, you have to map the cross topics. So take the Indian geography syllabus. Okay, connect with respect to mountain passes. Connect with respect to the mountain passes. Which topics? Okay, mountain passes, natural vegetation, acha, wildlife, it might move. Okay, wildlife. Then talk about mountain passes, rivers. Okay, rivers are coming across. Okay, you all know Himalayas are antecedent rivers. So antecedent rivers connect with this. So that way, every topic of geography try to connect with this topic, and this is what we will call it as superimposing. Okay, this is the beauty of interlinkage of the topic. The more you interlink, the better it is, isn't it? Okay. Then what kind of questions are usually asked? You have spoken about connectivity, you have seen about such kind of things. So how questions can be framed, my dear friends? You can talk about each point here. You can see these are the mountain passes. You see, mountain passes are also represented by a beautiful symbol. Any mountain pass, it is represented like this. You can see What does it prevents? It provides that opportunity of travel. You can see that is the indicator. So this, keeping this into indicator into considerations, you identify the key things here. For example, you see the Pir Panjal Pass, you see the Zozilla Pass, Bunny Hill Pass, Baralachala, the Shipkila, Lipu Lake. You can see near to Nepal, India, Nepal, you will find such kind of things. Now, these passes are strategic points, connectivity of key areas. These are the important things where MCQs can be asked out of that. For example, now you see here, I've done the geographical topic very interesting for you, where I have taken the Google map and I have made your task very easier. Okay, where it very interesting, I have done it for you. Now you see, there is a region called Jammu, you all know it, and this is the area of Srinagar, the Kashmir. Now, if you wanted to connect with Jammu with Srinagar, there is only one way to which you can pass through is this pass, and across the Pir Panjal range, you have the Bunny Hill Pass. So, only through the Bunny Hill Pass, if you move across, you will be connecting Jammu with respect to Srinagar. Kashmir is connected with other parts of India is only through this. Other way you have is via the Shimla to Ladakh and then into Kashmir. So, these are the only two routes. You don't have any other route. So, that's where this passes becomes very important on road and rail. If you wanted to have other connectivity, the only other thing you have is the airway. This is the beauty. So, all the roadway lines, the railway lines, okay. Recently, there were some kind of tunnels which are constructed across the Himalayas. You will see that tunnels construction is happening here. This is the significance. Then you can see Zozilla mountain pass connects Srinagar with Leh. You can see this is Leh. So, Srinagar with Leh is connected with Zozilla Pass. You can see here this is Jammu. Across the across the Bunny Hill Pass, you can go to Srinagar, Srinagar to Leh. This is the thing. Then you all remember this, the famous Kargil War of 99. So, Zozilla is the mountain pass which connects Srinagar with Kargil. So, if you get Kargil is cut off from India, if Kargil is taken control by Pakistan, the strategic significance of connecting Leh with Kashmir is gone, or connecting Ladakh with Kashmir is gone. That is the reason why Kargil has become an important thing. So, which mountain pass becomes strategic here? Zozilla, right? This is the thing. Similarly, if you wanted to go to Leh, you have to move from Himachal Pradesh, and you all know that there are beautiful travelers who take the bikes and travel into the Ladakh region. You can see Baralachala Pass, Rohtang Pass are the passes through which the people from Shimla move towards Ladakh. In fact, Baralachala, this is what we properly call it as the gateway of Ladakh. Baralachala, the gateway of Ladakh. If you wanted to enter into Ladakh, Baralachala is the pass. So, this is the beauty. These are the things which you have to identify. Okay, from similarly Rohtang Pass, they say that it is pile of corpses, considering the huge mountain valley and also the big kind of mountains which you find. Rohtang means pile of corpses. Okay, so very difficult one. But, and by the way, the natural beauty of Lahore, Spiti Valley. Go and type these names in Google. Lahore, L-A-H-A-U-L, Spiti Valley, S-P-I-T-I. These are the natural beauties of Himalayas. Go and type these pictures, you will be finding some kind of beautiful, amazing landscapes. So, if you wanted to go there, Rohtang Pass is the one which you need to cross. This is the strategic significance of these mountain passes and also the beauty associated with it. Similarly, you can also talk about such kind of questions being asked in the northeast everywhere. For example, you can see here, this is the Dipu Pass. You can see this is the Dipu Pass, where you will find the connectivity between India, China, Myanmar, India, China, Myanmar. You can see Dipu Pass. Similarly, you can talk about Nathulla, India and China, right? These are the significance. So, any kinds of centers which are in news or passes which are in news and all such kind of MCQs are regularly being asked. So, this is a key topic, and practice this MCQ for today. Try to answer this question. Read. Read this question. Consider the following statements regarding mountain passes. So they are given 3 statements. You need to identify which of them are correct and how many of them are correct here. Isn't it? Now this is the new trend, no? How many of these statements given above is or are correct? That is a new trend of questions which are being asked. If you see, the Nathulla Pass is located in the Indian state of Himachal Pradesh. Just now we have seen. Where is Nathulla? Himachal Pradesh or in any other part? So, Himachal Pradesh? No. Statement 1 is wrong. So, Nathulla is located in the Indian state of Sikkim. Right. Every one of you know this. This is the beauty of the 2023 paper where they have questions are easy, but the options are very difficult. Now, if you know this question, this statement is run, there are no such options. Okay. So, this is where even though if you don't know, you have to know about statement 2 and 3. That is the toughness. Rohtang Pass, situated in the Pir Panjal range, connects the Kulu Valley with Lahore and Spiti valleys in Himachal Pradesh. Is it correct? Yes. It connects the Kulu Valley and Lahore Valley with Himachal Pradesh. Yes. Sela Pass, located in Arunachal Pradesh, is the highest motorable pass in the world. No. I will discuss which is the one. So, for me, the answer should be only 1. This is the beauty of this question. Then, the next question in a similar pattern. Consider the following statements regarding mountain passes. This is the toughness of the paper. Okay, you have to be practice. You should be practicing in this as well. That is the reason why I am asking you questions in this way. The trends of paper, based on that, the more you are habituated, the better you will be able to prepare. The more you are prepared, the better you will be able to execute on the day. Whatever you practice now, that is what you will execute on that day. Please remember this. If you don't practice now, you cannot be executing on that day. That is very simple. Right. Zojilla Pass is situated in the Pir Panjal range and serves as a crucial route connecting Jammu and Kashmir with Ladakh. Just now I told you Jammu and Kashmir with Ladakh. Definitely this is right. But Pir Panjal range, that is wrong. It is Pir Panjal range? No. It is the Jaskar range. Jaskar range. Okay. So it is wrong. Zojilla Pass is located slightly above. When you talk about above, you will be having the Tibetan Himalayas. You will not be having the Pir Panjal range, which is part of the lesser Himalayas. Then Banihal Pass, which is connecting with Jammu connecting Jammu and Kashmir with Himachal Pradesh. No. Just now we have seen Jammu and Kashmir with Ladakh, within the parts of Jammu and Kashmir. Also, is it part of the Jaskar range? No, it is a bit south. It is part of Pir Panjal range. Pir Panjal range. So, even this statement is also wrong. This statement is also wrong. Then Bhor Ghat is located in the Western Ghats, connect the states of Kerala and Tamil Nadu. No. This is Kerala and Tamil Nadu is what? Palakkad Gap. So, this statement is also wrong. Which of the statements are correct? None. Right. So, for this question, the beauty is you need to know every statement. It is almost like 3 MCQs in one question. So, next time UPSC prepares these question papers, no, these are not 100 questions here. From 100 questions, you are trying to know about almost, they are asking around 250 questions out of one question itself, out of 100 question papers. That is the nature. So, you have to practice such kind of things. So, try to practice the particularities. Then, next question. Which among these is the highest motorable pass in the world? Highest motorable pass in the world. Which among them? Changla, Bomdila, Dipu Pass, Umlingla. You see, La means pass itself only. La means pass only. As part of the Ladakh region, as part of the things, La means pass only. Okay, Changla, Bomdila, Dipu Pass, Umlingla. Which is the highest motorable pass in the world? It is Umlingla. Task for you. Identify what is Umlingla and try to put it in the comment section. Okay, explain what is Umlingla, explain all such kind of things and put it in the comment section, right? And if you want further explanation about Umlingla, the pictures, the reasons for that and all, get into my Telegram channel. You can scan this thing. I'll explain everything about the Umlingla. Get into the Telegram channel, or you can type it out by name Venkatesh or Geographical Voyage, or you can simply scan with the QR code, get into it, and then I'll come with another beautiful topic next day. Until then, keep watching, keep learning, and don't forget to subscribe and also keep sharing, because you all know sharing is caring. Thank you.